And welcome to Let's Fly VFR. Today we're going to do a flight from Freedman Memorial Airport, KSUN, over to Mackay, or U62. Now we actually gain a little bit of altitude here. We're going to go from 5,315 feet. And as you can see, we've got some mountains up to about 12,400 feet between us and where we want to get to. So if you like, pause and have a quick look at the map, that's fine, and then we'll keep going. Now we're going to taxi down and get to the end of the runway here. Now we did give the ATC a little bit of a go, but I've got to say, failed again. So it's something I have to work on if I want to use it at all. But to be honest, it doesn't seem to make a great deal of difference. I don't find it very realistic, so there's a long way to go on that one. So let's taxi out. We taxied down, we had the helicopter sitting there that we couldn't get past, and it did actually sit there for quite a while. I waited, so hey, and if you're new to the channel and you haven't been here before and you like what you see, please feel free to hit that subscribe button, the bell notification and all that stuff. Feel free to leave me a comment, love to hear from you. So let's get taxied down the end here, and I'm here in the Let's Fly VFR Robin DR401 again. I really like flying this. This is such a nice aeroplane to get around. I do have to get to grips with the avionics, so the avionics are a little bit of a struggle for me. Still work on those. I do cheat. I go and set it up in the Cessna and then I swap planes. If you didn't know you can do that, you can. It makes it a lot easier. So let's line up. Doesn't she look nice in the yellow and red? Just a quick repaint of mine. So let's get the power up and let's get going on this pretty short flight. It's only about 40 nautical miles or so, but it's pretty scenic, so hang around and you'll get to see some well, the standard landing challenge. Got a bit of a crosswind when we arrive, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge for sure. I have enough trouble keeping on the centerline, as you can see, just getting off, so it's going to be a bit of fun with a crosswind. So we will do a standard departure for the most part. We'll turn left and follow the pattern around as we climb, because I want to get some altitude, because the hills around us are still up around about the 8 or 9,000 foot, reasonably close to us, so we're going to sort of weave between them is the plan. And if you have a look on the GPS there, you can see the biggest obstacles, which are the mountains that we're going to fly past. So we're going to weave a little bit through them, and we'll make this up a little bit as we go along, but we know generally where we want to go, so I'm going to come back to about midfield. Generally you depart overhead midfield, but because we're going right and not left, we're just going to depart out to the right now as we get onto our track. Now it's fairly obvious that some of those hills are still above our altitude. They're above the horizon as we look out there, so they're above us. So we're just going to weave our way through that, but keep generally on our track as we head out. The scenery look great. Steaming past in the glorious Robin. Now I did try and use some ortho scenery here, but it really made a mess of the already great 3D scenery that's in place, and those trees that I flew down disappeared that were in the last video. If you haven't seen that, feel free to pop back and have a look at that one. Had a bit of fun in the last video, which was well, only just released it today as I'm making this one. So let's head out. Now there's a lot to be seen out here. We've got the Copper Basin is a very large hill just as we're arriving into Mackay, and there's a reservoir to the north of the Mackay airstrip when we get there, and just a lot of mountains. I've never actually considered IDAHO as I always thought it was flat. We hear about IDAHO potatoes and stuff overseas. Yes, we're a little bit ignorant guys. I know you guys in America are probably throwing stones at your monitor about now, but that's okay. Relax, calm down. We live and learn as we move forward and travel around the beautiful United States. Now I did notice when I was having a look at the map on the web, and it was showing a big gliding club down there as well. So there's a big gliding airport to the south of Mackay, so maybe you might visit that and do a bit of gliding. I haven't done that for a while. I thought that might be a bit of fun. So we're going to keep away from those big dark patches because they're the highest points as we fly through. And just enjoy the scenery as we go. Hope you guys are all having a really great day. Thanks for coming along for a ride with me. Haven't done too many little cross-country flights for a while, so it's nice just to do something a little bit different. Now, if you're interested, Sky Vector is the place to go if you haven't got any information. You want information about a particular area, airports. It's a free website you can go to, so skyvector.com. Have a look in there. You can have a look at all the VFR maps, which are fantastic for your VFR flying if you're doing it. So there's King Mountain Glider Park, which is it's not that far to the southeast, but there's still a lot of mountains around there. And also there's Arco Buttle, which looks like a fairly large airport as well. So there's a lot to be seen and discovered, I'm sure, around here. Now, we've still got a few mountains to get through as we cruise across in this, again, short flight. Interested to know whether you like the old dials, whether you like all these nice big glass cockpits, guys. Leave me a comment down below what you like. Now, I've had a pretty good experience today. I actually had a bit of an issue with the PC last night and headed out to one of the local MSY dealers here, Elizabeth, and they fixed up my PC for me and didn't charge me. So a shout out to the guys there if they happen to be watching. It was really nice of them to do that for me. Fixed a few little problems. There were some issues with the RAM timing and something with the BIOS and some dead USB ports in the front of my box. So, but as you can see ahead there, now we've got some fairly high hills in front of us, and we need to just go left, and we'll take that low point along that ridge line to work around behind them, and I think we'll be fine because you can see there's a valley hiding behind it. And you can also, you can see that visually it looks pretty obvious, and it also, you can see that on the big map as well. So have a look in there and you can see where I'm planning. So we're just looking to get over the peaks and then stay in the valleys really. There's plenty of valleys obviously, as you can see. Well, I am surprised that it is so hilly here. I thought Idaho would be relatively flat. But there are a lot of circles if you look at the maps, so there must be a lot of growing done there. Just checking out, I wondered about that. You can just get that little phone out, put it away, and it'll go away for you. So here we come over the top of the last batch of mountains really. Now the Copper Basin area is just down there below us to the left, and we're now looking for the airport, which is directly ahead. But we have Crosswind. Now the airport is going to be a little bit left to right on the runway as you look at the screen, and there's the winds, I believe, are coming from the far side across the valley, so we're going to have a fairly stiff crosswind as we descend down to the airport, which is just ahead of us, just to the left of the cowling there. Down, and you can see some of those circles where people will be growing, all sorts of things no doubt. So there's our runway. So we're back overhead, just descending and falling into the pattern, if you like. So we're really on the dead side of, which would be the right hand side of the strip. We're going to turn on the upwind, come around and join the downwind leg, fly downwind, turn base, turn final, and try and put this baby on the ground. So you can see the strip there. So this is regarded as the dead side. If you're in line with the runway, then you would be within the pattern. And there's lots of different ways to enter a pattern. I think this is a little bit non-standard, but joining the downwind leg at 45 degrees is a reasonably good way of doing it, because that way you can see aircraft taking off, anything climbing, anything in the pattern, and it's all about being visual as always, just seeing where everybody is. Can get quite busy. going back to my flying at Gawler, you could have gliders flying around above you and then trying to fall into the pattern, and you must give way to them. I was overtaken a couple of times by gliders, or we got out of their way because they don't have an option to go around. So here we go, coming in, wind's coming. Now check the windsock as we come in, just at the left of the runway there. It's fairly strong right to left, it seems. Let's see if we can hold this one straight. A little bit quick. Full flap. But we said we're being blown across, which is a little bit, that's me out of practice. I need to have that right wing, so we're going to do that again because that was pretty terrible. So let's go up and around. You can always go around, guys. We'll climb out and then we'll come back and give it another go, see if we can get this one down cleanly. Now I have got some videos on crosswind landings. You can go back and look at those in the flying series as I did in the past. But it's fairly obvious I need to do some practice myself, don't I? Just to get it down. So now the wind has swung around. It's now coming from the opposite side since we did our last circuit. So we're pointing left into the wind this time and not right. We're going to hold it off, hold it off, hold it off. And there we go. On. Try and keep it straight. Get the brakes on and keep on the pavement. So, oh, catching a little bit of dirt. Let's get back on there. It's so much easier to do it when you have some rudder pedals, and I don't have any at the moment, guys. So I'm going to come up with some excuses. Okay, there we are. Safe sound at Mackay U62. Again, located at 5,892 feet above mean sea level. So we're up in the mountains still. Doesn't she look nice? Now you can go and repaint these things with whatever you like. You can get textures and just plonk them down, guys. It's really easy to do on these ones. A lot of aircraft are like that within X-Plane. You can just personalise them, which is really great. So we'll just taxi in and park our aircraft down after our little jaunt across the mountains. Hope you've enjoyed that with me. It's a bit of fun. It's actually a full-on flight. Now, if any of these flights you see me do and you'd like the full flight put up, I'm more than happy to do that for you, but I'd like to try and keep them at around about the 10 to 12 minutes at max, so that you guys can watch more of my videos, hopefully, or somebody else's if you like. So yeah, feel free to subscribe. Again, if you haven't already done so, heading up towards 1,000 subscribers at the moment as we reach mid-July of 2019, guys, if you happen to be watching this sometime in the future. So there we are, all packed up and parked. We'll put the flaps away, pack everything up and head back for a coffee. And welcome, thanks for coming to Let's Fly VFR. Remember, we do have a Facebook page. Come visit Let's Fly VFR at Facebook. Come and have a look and leave me a message. Catch you on the next flight. See you soon. Bye.